Welcome back to Trash Man MMA. It's yours truly, the Trash Man, and we're going over ASPINALL versus GANE, man. UFC 320, bro. This card is one of the cards of all time. You know what I'm saying? We got Tommy Boy. We got Dern. Oh, dude, we got Dern, bro. I'm so hyped for that fight. Oh, you know why. We got Umar. We got Volkov, Almeida, Rakic, and Unk, a certified Unk over here. I don't really like this fight, but we're going to get into it, man. There's some, overall, I'm not going to be too mad waking up at 6 a.m. to watch this fight, to be honest with you. I don't really care too much. I didn't do any research for this fight, bro. But I promise you, we're going 13-0. One fight got canceled. We're going 13-0. I'm going Jacqueline Amorim versus over Mizuki. Mizuki's 2-1. Jacqueline Amorim is 4-1 in the UFC. And to be 4-1 in the UFC, I mean, like, bro, this girl's probably on the women's pound for pound list. If we're really being honest, like that's probably, you know what I'm saying? That's how quick and easy you could be to the top. But I mean, over like a 3-year layoff. I mean, Mizuki, yeah, when she was in her prime, when she was back in the day, she was twisting people up into pretzels and whatnot. But it's what I'm saying. She has a win over Vivian Pereira. Verona Jandaroba split decision. Whoa! Hold on now. No, I'm going Jacqueline Amorim, Just like I said, there's probably going to be ring rust. Being 4-1, she's probably 15th on the women's pound for pound list. So, going Jacqueline Amorim. On to the next, man. Azat Maxim versus Mitch Raposo. I'm going Azat Maxim. There's something to be said going to arguable split decisions against Tagir Ulianbekov. You know what I'm saying? Dropping ones to Charles Johnson, hey, bro, I don't blame you for those. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a different level there. There's a different level there comparing it to Mitch Raposo just getting done up by Suma Duerji. And Andre Lima's, that's not a bad loss if we're being honest, but it's, you know what I'm saying? Andre Lima isn't bad, okay? Let me not dog on that loss, but it's 2 split decisions in a row. Suma Duerji, in my opinion, isn't all that. Lou dropping one to Andre Lima, like I said, not the worst, but who would I rather have you drop one to? Andre Lima or Tagir Ulianbekov and Charles Johnson? AKA, Charles Johnson, the guy that slept Joshua Van. You know that guy? Yeah, I don't mind you losing to him. So I'm going Azat Maxim. Mitch Raposo, he's a grappler. He's a wrestler. His hands aren't the best either. He kind of looks lost on the feet at times. And Azat Maxim, to, not be done up by Tagir, to actually, kind of toss around Tagir at times. I was listening to the fight at work. Funny enough, when in his last fight, I just trust Azat Maxim to be overall more well-rounded and more dangerous than a Mitch Raposo. So I'm going Azat Maxim. On to the next. Hamdi Abdelwahab versus Chris Barnett. I'm going Hamdi Hamburger. He's actually, I don't want to say he's good, but he's not a morbidly obese 5'8" midget. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few people that hate Chris Barnett with all of my heart. I know a lot of people glaze him, say, oh, he's so funny, he's so cool, he's so cool. I hate this guy so much. With a burning passion in my heart, I hate the fact that he's in the UFC so much. Hamdi Abdelwahab, I don't mind. He dropped one to Muhammad Usman. He went to split decision with Jamal Pogues. And Jamal Pogues is like dog. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of dog. And I actually thought he lost that fight against Jamal Pogues. But I don't think. I think he could just beat a 5'2" fucking 800-pound Chris Barnett. I hate this guy. I hope he breaks both of his legs and then dies. I'm going Hamdi Abdelwahab by first round KO. On to the next. Nathaniel Wood versus Jose Miguel Delgado. This is a tough one. Because what happens when you don't just chin Nathaniel Wood in the first round? If you're in Jose Miguel Delgado's shoes, what happens when Nathaniel Wood just doesn't get KO'd in round 1? What then? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, you KO'd Hyder Emil, and honestly, I'm gonna speak for most people. I don't think really anybody saw that one coming. That KO over Hyder Emil, like 30 seconds into that fight. I'm honestly glad he's back so soon, because that was like a 30-second fight. So I'm glad he's back, and he's had 2 of those back to back. He's actually on a what is this? What is this? A 6-fight finished win streak. All 6 of his wins have come by finish. That or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 wins, all by finish. Rear naked choke in the third. Darce choke in the first. Strikes in the third. Left hook in the first. Knee in the second. Strikes in the first. Strikes in the first. Like, this guy's on a steamroll. But Nathaniel Wood. There we go. Nathaniel Wood. He does a good job at not getting finished. He took Morgan Charrier to a decision. I don't know how much I rate that win. Morgan Charrier's good if you're French. If you're not French, then arguably he's pretty bad. I believe he's like 2-3 in the UFC, or 1-2, 1-3 in the UFC. I don't know. Daniel Pineda, I don't rate that win whatsoever. Muhammad Naimov lost, cool. Andre Philly win. Charles Jourdain win in 2022. I don't know how much I did just these wins. I don't know. Like, I think Jose Delgado's better than Andre Philly. I think he's better than Morgan Charrier. I think he's better than Daniel Pineda, respectively speaking. And I do think that if Jose Delgado can tip Nathaniel Wood's chin, I don't think he's really gone up against any like powerful guys in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? Morgan Charrier doesn't have a lot of pop. Daniel Pineda, no pop. Naimov, nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm naming off these guys, and let me know when you hear somebody with pop in their hands. Andre Philly, no. Charles Jourdain, unless he's throwing a flying knee flush to your fucking cranium, no. Charles Rosa, you probably turned into an owl. Who? You know what I'm saying? So, considering Jose Delgado is on a 7-fight finish streak, I'm going with the guy with all the momentum. I'm going with Jose Delgado with the finish in the second round. On 2, Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. I'm going Walter Walker, man. I mean, it's pretty simple. Athletic heavyweight with skill versus fat heavyweight with no skill. Not to say Louis Sutherland has no skill. That's my Scottish brother, and I hate to dog on him, but he's just too big. He's too fat. Like, this is like, I don't know what I'm looking at right here, He has 8 wins by finish, all by KO. But let me read off the record of his opponents. 4-1, 3-2, 5-7, 9-5. Like off rip, we're not getting into the deepest of what do you call them? That's not the deepest resume, you feel me? Walter Walker, he's been on a little bit of a steamroll, and I'm not going to say that Dontel Mays or Junior Tafa or Kennedy Nizuchuku are world beaters, right? And I am going to look at that Lucas Brzezinski loss, and I'm going to puke in my mouth a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. But I just think he has shown to dispatch this level of competition with relative ease. And I do think Louis Sutherland is around the same skill level as a Lucas Brzezinski. I think he might even be a little bit better. And that's not saying much, considering Lucas Brzezinski is like 1-6 in the UFC. So with that being said, you would expect me to say Louis Sutherland would beat Walter Walker. But I think Walter Walker's coming in, how do you say, like, he's entering his prime. He's feeling himself. He's 3-1 in the UFC on a 3-fight win streak. He's repping his motto of being the heel snatcher. He's walking around with the heel with the foot necklace. He's embracing this role. Where Louis Sutherland, I feel like any engagement on the ground, he's going to be petrified and stand back. And I think even Walter Walker, did you guys see how quick he snatched up that heel on Kennedy? That was within seconds. Like 3 seconds he dropped, and then he already had him in the heel hook, and he already had him tapping. Within 3 seconds. I think he's going to be too fast for Louis Sutherland. Walter Walker is fast. He made Kennedy Nzechukwu, a light heavyweight, look not slow, but he made it look like he could keep up. And that's what I like. So I think Walter Walker speeds Moggs Louis Sutherland and snatches up another. I think he's going to make it a point to snatch up another heel hook. And I'm gonna say it happens in the first round, man. I'm gonna say it happens in the first round. So Walter Walker, first round, heel hook. I believe this fight got canceled. Abdul Karim Al-Selwadi versus Matthias Camilo. I can't remember what happened, but I believe they said something on Kareem's side. He withdrew, so we won't go over that fight. We will go over this one. Ludovic Klein versus Mateusz Rebecki. This one's tough. This one's real tough, and honestly, I still don't really know who I'm going for. I actually do know who I'm going for. It's Ludovic Klein. I think Mateusz Rebecki loves a dogfight, but I think his team wants him to be technical in this one. He's had 3 absolute wars back to back to back, and we're not talking about no, pitter pat, just low kick war, body shot war. No, we're talking about Diego Ferreira turned into a blood fountain. Miktek Orbai, again, blood fountain. Chris Duncan, again, blood fountain. All these are fights that he just simply does not know how to make clean. And I think Ludovic Klein, tactician, although he did get subbed by fucking Nate Landwehr back in the day, like that's not a great look, but that was about 5 years ago, so I'm not gonna hold it to him. I just think Mateusz Rebecki loves a dogfight, and if he tries to be technical, I think Ludovic Klein is going to out-technique him, but I think Ludovic Klein loves a dogfight, and he hasn't been in many of those. So if he sees the opportunity, I think he's going to take it. He's going to brace it. He's like, dude, this guy thinks he can out-dog me. Let me show him what's up. Let me step on my shots. Let me hold my weight down. Let me swing and bang with this kid and let him know I'm no pushover. I think Ludovic Klein is going to go in there with a point to just systematically break down Mateusz Rebecki with this 6-inch reach advantage. He also has a significant leg reach advantage. I think Rebecki is going to be a little bit too muscly, a little bit too slow, and I think he's going to try too hard to be technical, and he's just going to get out-technique, out-jabbed, outright crossed by Ludovic Klein. And I think in the third round, he's going to be like, all right, I'm 2 down. I need to get that KO in the third. I'm going to go for it. And I think he's going to go for it in that third round. And I think Ludovic Klein's going to be like, oh, shit. I feel like Ludovic Klein's going to take a few shots, be like, oh, shit, he's coming on strong right now. And I think that's when Ludovic Klein is going to really not step on the gas, but really step in on his shots, really hold his weight down and really throw with full force and throw with mean intentions. And I think Ludovic Klein may get him out of there in that third round, but I'm going for a 30-27 systematic breakdown of Mateusz Rebecki. I hope I'm right. Fuck. On to the next. Ikram Aliskerov versus Jung Young Park. I don't rate Jung Young Park anymore, and I will tell you exactly why I don't. He went to a split decision with Andre Muniz. There you go. Hands up. Split decision with Brad Tavares. There you go. Hands up. There you go. Got systematically broken down by fucking, what's his name? Ismail Nurdayev. Just completely systematically broken down. Although he got fouled a shit ton, and that's why he won that fight. Got 2 points taken away. I feel like he's coming back a little bit too soon after that fight, because I feel like he took a lot of damage in that one. With Ikram Aliskerov, obviously we all know he dropped that one to Robert Whittaker. Came back with the first round KO over Andre Muniz, somebody that Jung Young Park lost to. But I just really think it goes to show what level Jung Young Park is when he's dropping ones to guys like Andre Muniz. Andre Muniz is shit. He's so bad. Let me read off the list of people he's lost to. Edmund Shabazian, Ikram Aliskerov, Jung Young Park. I do think Jung Young Park won. I will say that. I thought Jung Young Park won that fight. But it was close enough for a split decision. It doesn't matter if I thought you win. That's embarrassing as it is. So I'm going to count it as a loss, but whatever. Edmund Shabazian, lost. Ikram Aliskerov, lost. Jung Young Park, split. Paul Craig, lost. Brendan Allen, lost. His last win The last win, in my opinion, is in 2020 against Uriah Hall. I don't rate that, brother. I think Ikram Aliskerov's different. He put away Andre Muniz. You couldn't. He got knocked out by fucking Robert Whitaker. I don't think you do any better. What does Jung Young Park do against, I don't know. Dude, Jung Young Park might lose to Phil Hawes. You know what I'm saying? He might get chinned. I'm going Ikram Aliskerov, man. I'm a fan of the Iron Turtle, as we all are, but I just think Ikram Aliskerov is a little bit different. He's just too good. All right, bro. He's too physically imposing. He's too strong. Like, literally, just throw any attribute you want at Ikram Aliskerov, and he probably fits more into that category more than Jung Young Park. Unless you... Never mind. Ikram Aliskerov. Ikram Aliskerov by first, second, late rounds. Late first round KO. On to the next. Nasrat Haqparast versus Quinlan Salkield. I think they're rushing Quinlan. I think this is way too big of a jump. Toppled on with the fact that both these guys took this on 9 days' notice. Who am I going to rate more? Quinlan Salkield, who's 2-0 in the UFC over, let's face it, bums. Or Nasrat Haqparast, who has the ability and and fight IQ to make it difficult against guys like Esteban Ribovics, guys like Jared Gordon, who I think are good. Jamie Malarkey got him up out of there in the first round. Now, I get it. Back in the day, he dropped a few, but he's on like a 4-fight win streak right now, and I think that's something that we can't overlook. Esteban Ribovics, everybody knows how good Esteban Ribovics is. Everybody knows how good Jared Gordon is. Yeah, people can say Jared Gordon's washed, whatever, but Jared Gordon is actually, in my opinion, still... Hey, bro, he got hit by a fucking car before his last fight, and he still made it that competitive, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Quinlan Salkield, like, Anshul Jubilee, Yanala Shmooze. I don't think Yanala Shmooze has a fucking fighting bone in his body. I don't think he's built like that for fighting. If you know, you know. Yanala Shmooze? Not Yanala Shmooze. Is that his name? Anshu Jubilee. There we go. Well, it's Yanala Shmooze doesn't have a fighting bone in his body, and Anshu Jubilee. Anshu Jubilee, oh, come on, dude. I think this is a little bit too tough for Quinlan. I think if he had an insane reach advantage and height advantage, I would go over him. But let's face it, he doesn't have either of those. He's a little bit of reach, 2 inches of height. Like, just stat-wise, he's not too overwhelming. He's not so much of an overwhelming force for me to pick him. I don't think Nasrat Haqparast is any fucking world beater himself, but I don't know if Quinlan Salkield goes to a split decision with Esteban Ribovics. You know what I'm saying? He might. And I think this is a really close fight. But I'm going Nasrat Haqparast, another split decision over Quinlan Salkield. Make it 3 in a row. I think he gets a ranked opponent after this. I think he deserves a ranked opponent now. I think he's been deserving a ranked opponent. After that Esteban Ribovics fight, that's 5 fights in a row. I think he deserves that ranking spot, or at least a shot at a ranking. Where Quinlan, unproven, he's shown glimpses of being great, but he's shown glimpses of, a gas tank not being all there and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, going to Nasrat Haqparast, 30-27. On to the next, Alexander Rakic versus Asmat Murzakanov. Now this one is a little tricky. Off stats alone, if we're looking purely at height, reach, and all that, you would assume that the only logical pick is to go Alexander Rakic. And I don't blame you. You make that deal, Udovich? I'll make that deal. I don't blame you. Damn good deal. That's how I feel about people putting parlays on Alexander Rakic. However, you can't doubt my boy. You can't doubt Unk. You can't doubt the OG Asmat Murzakanov. You just can't. Now, I get it. His wins on paper aren't too good. Brandon Ribeiro, Alonzo Minifield, Dustin Jacoby, pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, pretty good. But Alexander Rakic, I don't think this guy's had a win in the past 5 fucking years. Who has he beat? Who has he beat to be in the top 5? Thiago Santos? In 2021, it's been 4 years since he's had a win. Do I know that he's had an extensive leg injury that caused him to sit out for 2 years? Yes, I know that. But even after that, he still lost to Yuri. And he still lost to Magomed. And I think he would lose to Jan. I think Jan, I don't think Jan is all that good right now, but I think he can still beat Alexander Rakic. Whereas I think Asmat can give Jan a real run for his money. I'm going Asmat. We've seen him take on Brendan Cejudo in his last fight, who's built similarly to Alexander Rakic in the way that he's a tall dude, long reach, just overall more physically imposing than Asmat. But I don't want to sit here and act like this isn't something that Asmat hasn't faced his entire career. He's in the light heavyweight division. He has gone up against these fucking 6'4", 6 foot, 6 fucking giants. You know what I'm saying? And he's done them up. And I don't know if I believe in Alexander Rakic's chin anymore. He's gotten KO'd twice. I don't know if I believe in this narrative that he has like a granite chin, and I don't think anybody's even spinning that narrative. You know what I'm saying? I got Asmat Mirzakhanov, man. Let me not yap on this one too long because I didn't do any research on these fights, man. I'm going Asmat Mirzakhanov by, I'm going second or third round KO, you know. I'm gonna go third round KO, you know. I'm calling it third round KO. That's what I got. On to the next, man. On to the next. Alexander Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. I was going to pick Volkov. I was going to pick Volkov. No doubt. Before I even made this video, I had it in my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick Alexander Volkov. I don't care about Jailton Almeida's wrestling pedigree. I believe, hold on, there's something weird is popping up on my phone right now, chat. Something weird is popping up. Something weird is popping up on my phone, chat. What is it? What is it? What is it? I don't know. All right, let me not stall any longer. I was going to pick Alexander Volkov, man, over Jailton Almeida. I was going to pick it like a fucking U3 Belgario versus whatever that guy he just fought. What was that guy's name that he just fought? The troll, the Twitter troll, that everybody loves. I was gonna pick it like that, you know, the striker versus the grappler. The grappler trying to take down Volkov, not being too successful. But yo, that weigh-in changed my mind completely. Jailton Almeida is so much taller than I thought, and this makes me re-wonder how tall is Curtis Blades, because Curtis Blades, from my memory, dwarfed Jailton Almeida, made him look tiny, if from memory. But this was not what I was expecting whatsoever. They look so similar in height. I know fucking Tom Aspinall says Volkov should be fucking 6'9". He's 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Jailton Almeida, he's too big. He's a dominant grappler. I don't think he's going to steamroll through Volkov. I think Volkov is going to have good enough submission defense like a Derek Lewis. Like, if you can't finish Derek Lewis, I get it. You finished other good guys. But I don't know if you can finish I don't know if you could finish an Alexander Volkov. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe he fucking finished Alexander Romanov and Sergey Spivak, but he couldn't finish Derek Lewis. That is just insane to me. That is just fucking insane to me. Like, everybody that he should have finished, like, Derek Lewis is the one guy on his resume that I would look at and say, yeah, he definitely finished that guy. It's the only guy he didn't. In his entire career, Derek Lewis is the one guy that he didn't finish, which is insane to me. And I think Volkov's going to be one of those as well. I think Volkov's going to really clearly lose, But I don't think Jailton Almeida is going to be able to finish him. I mean, what can I don't understand how Almeida can physically manipulate Volkov into a submission. I can't see him ground and pounding him either. He doesn't have the best ground and pound, in my opinion. Like, you're telling me Jailton Almeida is going to get Volkov in an arm triangle? In a triangle? Rear naked choke? I don't see it. Twister? I don't see it, brother. Name any submission you want. I cannot see how Jailton Almeida gets Volkov in any submission whatsoever. I think he's going to lay and pray, and I think he's going to throw in some ground and pound shots in there, here and there, and I think he's going to do him up 29-28 split decision. I think Volkov can stand up on the feet, throw some nasty shots, and make it competitive to where, you know, one judge may give it Volkov's way, said, oh, he landed more damaging shots, and I can see this being a split decision for either guy, you know. I don't mind Volkov winning by split decision. I just don't see him winning by unanimous. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't see a realm where Volkov can stuff every takedown, not be mauled on the ground, and just clearly win. I can't see it. Motherfucker is calling me right now. That's crazy. So I'm going Jailton Almeida. 29-28 split decision. Literally split decision. On to the next man. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. I don't know why I did that. I'm so sorry. Can motherfuckers not call me right now? That'd be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. I'm going Umar. Mario Bautista, you couldn't finish a coughing baby. Why should I believe that you can fucking defeat a hydrogen bomb? You know what I'm saying? Why should I believe that you can? I have not been given a solid reason in Mario Bautista's entire career. I don't think he has a fucking finish in like his past 7 fights. Do you understand what I'm saying? Umar Nurmagomedov. Who the fuck is in my house? Umar Nurmagomedov makes it close and competitive with Merab Dvalishvili, one of the most dominant champions of all time. He makes it close with that guy. He nearly steals 3rd and 5th rounds off that guy. Mario Bautista, what have you done? Patchy Mix by decision. Aldo by split. You're not finishing Ricky Simone. You're not finishing Damon Blackshear. Come on, these are guys that are routinely getting finished nowadays. Maybe not routinely, but Damon Blackshear, I mean, he got done up by Davey Grant. You know what I'm saying? He's getting just knocked out cold by Montel Jackson. He actually had a nice little 3-fight win streak in the middle of those, I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to just skip over the Ricky Simone loss isn't too bad. You know, he's coming back. He put 2 wins back to back. But I just don't believe there's a valid reason anybody can make for Mario. If you want to say his boxing combinations are a little crispier than Umar's and Umar's boxing kind of lacks, okay, I'll hear you out, but that's not enough for me to pick Mario. I think Umar is very karate wrestling style. I don't think his boxing is all that good. I think it's actually very lackluster, and I think that's how actually Merab stole that fight, by his boxing. I think Merab's just a better boxer than Umar, and I think that's why Merab won. And I think Mario Bautista's boxing can be a little bit better than Umar's in flashes, in between him getting taken down, in between him getting will kicked, in between low kicks and all bunches and stuff like that. I think Mario Bautista is going to have flashes of greatness and flashes of, whoa, who saw that coming? In between Umar doing as he pleases. That's what I think is going to happen in this fight, and that's kind of how I'm going to predict it to go. I can see Mario maybe winning 1 round. I can see him, like I said, having one of those moments for Umar, and maybe winning a round. But other than that, I don't see him having 2 in a row or putting 2 together. And even if they do put 2 even if Mario does put 2 together, where are they at? Who is their boy? Who is their golden prodigy boy? Umar. Nobody wants Mario Bautista to win. Going Umar. I don't think he's gonna finish Mario Batista either, though. I don't think he can. I think I'm gonna go 29, 28, 30, 27. Umar. On to the next. Onto the co-main event, Verona Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern. I got Verona Jandiroba. I think she has leveled up more than Mackenzie Dern. I think Mackenzie Dern has just the fattest ass of all time, and I think that's going to weigh her down. But I will be happily watching it jiggle as she's prancing around in that cage. But no, in all seriousness, I do just think Verona Jandiroba is kind of just a different fighter now compared to when they fought the first time. I think Mackenzie Dern is making it too close with some not amazing competition, and I think Verona Jandiroba, she's doing up Yan Xiaonan. Like, that was a dominant win over Yan Xiaonan. Amazing performance over Amanda Lemos. Lupe Guedina did her up. Marina Rodriguez did her up. Angela Hill did her up. You know what I'm saying? I just think these are different levels of fighters. A similar opponent that they both have, or two similar opponents that they both have, or actually three similar opponents that they both have. Amanda Ribas, Lupe Godinez, and Amanda Lemos. Verona Jandiroba finished Amanda Lemos. Mackenzie Dern lost to her. Mackenzie Dern did get an armbar over Amanda. What's her name? Not the other Amanda. What's the other Amanda's name? It's not Ribas. Amanda Lemos? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm going Verona Jandiroba. She seems more dominant in her wins. Her losses seem more competitive. I think Mackenzie Dern isn't taking the game so seriously. I think she's quite literally just trying to sell this fight with her ass. I mean, look, bro, call it misogynistic all you want, dude, but she's literally showing up to the stage in full bikinis, pulling that shit up as tight up in that crevice as possible, bro. Like, I know what kind of person you are, Dern. I know after this fight, if you win that bout, I know you're going to start an OnlyFans. Can people stop calling me? This is getting blasphemous. Blasphemous. No. I think Verona Jandiroba is going to take this one, man. I just think she has all the tools and capabilities. I don't think she's going to get ragdolled on the floor. If you want to say Mackenzie Dern's striking looks a little bit better than Verona Jandiroba's, if you want to say Mackenzie Dern has what it takes to not get subbed on the ground and an edge on the feet, and that's why you're picking Mackenzie Dern, okay, I understand that and I respect that. But I'm simply going Verona Jandiroba. I like her. I do like Verona Jandiroba. I think she's cool. And I think she's just I think she's taking the game more seriously. Simply put, I think she's taking it a bit more seriously than Mackenzie Dern. Finally, finally, Tom Aspinall in the worst custom shorts I've ever seen. It's the Union Jack, bro. It's whatever. I mean, they are shit though. Even if you're from the UK, you can just look at it and say it's shit. It's like Michael Chandler's and Justin Gaethje's just whack ass American black and white shorts. There's just nothing special about them. It's just a flag. It's nothing special. But Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. This is interesting, because I have been seeing the physique comparisons of Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, and it's making me think Tom Aspinall is gonna, dude. It's making me think. I'm genuinely getting worried now. Cyril Gane looks like he's in the best shape of his life. Tom Aspinall looks like a baby. He looks like a chubby baby. You know what I'm saying? He looks like an overgrown toddler. His face, his head, everything about him just screams toddler. His build, his legs, everything. He just looks like an overgrown toddler. I can't explain it, but if you get what I'm saying, then you get it. And all these tattoos, it makes me think that Cyril Gane has a chance. But I'm not gonna let that sway. Cyril Gane has always kind of looked in phenomenal shape. I will say he looks in better shape this fight than in any of his other fights. But I'm not gonna let, oh dude, he has a more visible six pack now. I'm not gonna like, okay, what good is that six pack gonna do you when Tom Aspinall lands an overhand right flush on your chin and is now raining down ground and pound shots on you 30 seconds into the fight? What's gonna happen then? Are those how are those lats gonna save you then? How are those semi more visible abs gonna save you then? Tom Aspinall, while not being the most physical looking specimen, he has all the attributes and skills it takes to beat a guy like Cyril Gane. A musclehead who has no pop, with no ground game, no jiu-jitsu, no wrestling, and does leave his chin up there. I know people say Tom Aspinall leaves his chin up there too, and this is a game of inches. If Cyril Gane can clip a Tom Aspinall on the feet, I don't think either guy has faced such a fighter. I think this is the first time where they're both a little bit, oh shit, I'm going up a new gen. I feel like they're both new gen going up against old gens their entire career. Both all plotty, all slow, just powerful punchers. And I think Tom Aspinall has done a better job at dispatching of those power punchers rather than a Cyril Gane, who's getting dropped by Tai Tuivasa. I just don't think he looks that impressive in his fights. I think he's getting taken down and controlled by Alexander Volkov, as well as taking down and controlling Alexander Volkov. But you didn't arguably lose. You lost that fight, man. Anybody watch, like, it might not be the worst robbery in UFC history, like people were saying. It might not be, oh my gosh, I can't believe Cyril Gane won that. It might not be that, but everybody watching that fight clearly knew you lost. You knew you lost at the end of that fight. You knew. You were trying to leave the octagon early. You knew you lost that fight. Tom Aspinall doesn't. Tom Aspinall, yes, he leaves his chin up a little bit in the air, but I feel like he has great distance management. Yeah, I feel like that's something that people kind of disrespect on his end. Yes, the visuals don't look best, but I mean, what's the visual of a 2 fucking minute average fight time looking like? What's that visual look like? What's the visual of like a 6-fight finish win streak? What's that visual look like? What's the belt on his shoulder look like? Cyril Gane, all he has is that interim, man. That shit should have been silver. He got done up by John Jones. He got done up by Alexander Volkov. He got done up by Tai Tuivasa. If those guys are doing you up, I think Tommy boy, I think he could take it. And I think I'm gonna go for a first round knockout. Because like I said, if you're getting dropped, if you're getting finished by 40-year-old John Jones, who's fat and plotty and slow and non-athletic, if you're getting dropped by fat, plotty, slow, Tai Tuivasa, if you're losing to a quick, fast Alexander Volkov with nasty striking, that just tells me Tom Aspinall is going to cook you up. He's going to put you in a pot of stir fry or whatever. He's going to put you in some fucking mushy peas, bro. He's gonna cook up a grill on you, man. He's gonna that fish and chips all day long, bro. Dip you in the mushy peas, dude. Tom Aspinall's taking this, man. I'm gonna say a first round finish for Tom Aspinall. I think he can knock him out. I know a lot of people are saying by submission. I think Gane is actually a tough guy to submit. I don't think Tom Aspinall is going to. I think John Jones got that guillotine because he knew that he couldn't really go for anything else. I feel like John Jones wasn't going to TKO Cyril Gane. I feel like Cyril Gane would have felt the peppermint patty punches and gotten up. But I feel like if Tom Aspinall, if he's in that same position that John Jones is in, I don't think he's going for a guillotine. I don't think he's going for any submission. I think he's ground and pounding. I think he's laying down hammer fists. I think he's going to put Cyril Gane out. I don't think Tom Aspinall is even going to try to go for a submission here. I do think Cyril Gane's too tough to finish. Cyril Gane, bro, he's a Peter Pat Tom, man. He's a Peter Pat Peter. He's a Peter Pat Peter, man. Little Peter Pat shots. Little pop, 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 pop. Little teep to the body, jab, 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 right hand to the body. And I think Tom Aspinall, haymakers, bro. Haymakers all day. Hands in the gasoline. Set up a fire. Set up the canvas ablaze. I'm going Tom Aspinall first round KO, man. Fuck a submission. I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown, man. That was the best I could do on such short notice, even though it wasn't short notice at all. I called out of work for this card. It starts at 7 a.m. where I'm at, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready to wake up at 6 a.m. Are y'all ready? I think I'm gonna go 13-0. I think I'm pretty confident in every single one of my picks. Uh, I think and I think I'm gonna get back on that, that win streak. Last week I dropped one. I think I went negative or fairly close to it. And I'm sick. I'm sick of those, man. I'm sick of those. I'm sick of going negative like that, man. So that was my only second time this year going that way. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this card. Let me know what y'all thought in the comments. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, man. Subscribe. Follow my Instagram. Check out my Twitter. I post some shit up on there sometimes. And I'll catch you on the next one, man. I will be making a recap video. I'll try to make one that Saturday, man. But I got some family over, so I might make it a little bit hard. But I'll try to make one, dude. Try to be more consistent as well. I always say that, but I always lie. But I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.